Hello again. Yep, I did. I ended up having to turn off the other camera. I thought it was working. It worked for like 2 seconds and then froze. So, oh well. But now, the camera's working. Hopefully everybody refreshes and makes it over here. Hopefully. When you asked about the Russian coins, is that what you're referring to? I saw the two things I saw in chat from you, Richard, were when you asked about if the Russian stuff sold and you giving your well wishes to Angela. The well wishes to Angela, I said thank you, and the Russian stuff, I said no, it's all still available. YouTube is blocking you? Oh, you want to buy everything that was all the Russian stuff? Yeah, that's fine. I'll put your name on every single bit of it right now. Since we haven't technically started yet, you can still pre-sale. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 lots. Alrighty. See you when you get back. Alright, give me a second. I'm filling all of this in. Hey, Moose Ox. Hey, Moose Ox, you never let me know if you wanted that medallion or not. That I sent you the pictures of it. We haven't started yet, so if you want it, you can still snag it. Ooh, still want to show you guys this one, even though Richard bought it in pre-sale just now. Thought you guys would like to see this. As a 1726 5 Kopek. Back when they were squares. Nothing on the back. That was Catherine the Great-ish era. Got furloughed this week. Any chance you can release me from the Kennedys? Yeah, that's not a problem, man. I can do that. You are welcome. All right. One more second. I'm almost ready. Just got thrown a little bit of extra work there. I'm finishing up. Yeah, Doug, if you're interested in one of those, I'm definitely going to be trying to see if I can't find a couple more of them. Including one for me. Because I don't have one of those. That's the first time I ever saw one of those. All right, one last thing and then we can get started. Just clear that up because those are back to being available again. All right, we are good. Pardon me, didn't mean to cough in your ear. So yeah, I had that third camera working for like 2 seconds. Yeah, just let me get the beginning stuff out the way real quick, Doug, and then I'll show you what they look like. I'm going to be looking for more of those as well. All right, for anybody new, payments made via PayPal. Use cheapskatecoins@gmail.com and use goods and services only, please. We also have Cash App using the same email, cheapskatecoins@gmail.com. If you use Cash App, it will say Louis Kachera. That's me. You are in the right place. Shipping is $6 to $23. $6 being a little purple bubble mailer, $23 being a large flat rate box. I do hold your packages if you want to, so you can maximize your shipping. So if you want it held, just make sure you let me know. I always recommend email me saying hold my package. That way if it shoots by in chat and I don't see it, that's why I said email me. If you want your package sent registered, there's an additional $35 charge on top of that. Keep in mind, if it's registered, you will have to sign for it at the end. And registered packaging is the only way you can ship coin or insure coins all the way through the mail. If you're new, you can get stuff tonight. You just have to send me an email by the end of the night. Email has to have your personal info, shipping info, your channel name, which payment method you're going to use, and what email you use for that payment method for invoicing purposes. If I don't get that email, you will not get anything, and I never ship without payment. As always, make sure you look down in our description for all the rest of our rules and policies. Here's our Facebook link. If you're on Facebook, go give us a follow. Tonight's lot list is on there. It is the top post. We do put the lot list on there every night we have a sale, so that way you can go and check out what we've got. We also have a mailing list if you want to be on the mailing list. Again, shoot me an email, cheapskatecoins@gmail.com, and say Abby to the mailing list. If you're on the mailing list, you will get the lot list a few days before every sale. As soon as they hit your email, you have the ability to pre-purchase items from that list. We do not charge for pre-purchase items until the night of the sale. We just invoice everybody together. So basically, you're just locking it in as being yours with a promise that you're going to pay. Just remember, it is first come, first served, just like our sales. So if you see something you want, don't wait, jump on it. And I don't say this often enough, but I probably should. Don't worry about it if you guys sell, like buy out an entire lot list. I'll make a new one. It's not a big deal. It just means that if it sells out, I'll have to invoice everybody right away to get the money in to go get new stuff to make a new list. That's all. By the way, for anybody new, if you're wondering who the blonde in the photo is there on screen, that is my wife, Angela. I just wanted that up there because she's been in and out of the hospital for the last 5 days. She's in there again right now, and she's going to be having surgery tomorrow. So that's why she is up there. And Doug wanted to see what the scale money looked like. The little silver 1 Copex. I don't mind showing these. These things are actually really cool. So these are from 1685 to 1725. Richard bought all of these, so these are not available. I will be seeing about getting more. That's what they look like. Russian 1 Kopeck, Peter the Great. They are some of the smallest coins I have ever seen. They're actually just slightly smaller even than the 12th stater. So that size got Peter the Great on a horse. Yep, also known as wire money. And then that's got the script on it. So very cool little tiny coins, and they are silver. I could not find any information about the purity of the silver, but they are silver. So those are very cool. So yeah, I will be looking for more of those as well. Don't worry. But all right, let's get this thing going. Aaron, did you see the email I sent you? I sent you an email. I finally have another double florin in. And you said if I ever get one in, you wanted first shot at it. So I sent you pictures of it. Yeah, it's a, I think 1887, I think. Or I could just show it to you right now and see if you want it. Well, I'd have to grab it, but... What year? I don't know what year. I don't remember the year of the one that you've already got, but the one I have in right now is an 1887. But in the meantime, I'm going to get banknotes out of the way. So we are kicking off with a 2018 10 dinar Macedonia polymer banknotes. I'll show it after the banknotes. This is going for $4. Last week when I did some polymer banknotes, Bo swooped in and grabbed them all. So if you guys want some of these, jump on them. Well, you got a minute if you want to check real fast. I know it was a slabbed coin on the first one that you got. So wherever your slabs are, that's where it'll be. Or at least the one you got for me was slabbed. I don't know if you have any others. I should bring this up just a bit so you can see more of it at one time. Focus. Here we go. We're being tilted. There we go. That's better. So, all right, last call on this one. $4, uncirculated. 2018 10 dinar from Macedonia. Very cool design. All right, moving on. Next up is the 2019 5 Cordobas from Nicaragua. Polymer banknote, uncirculated. Going for $4. That's like a foil effect right there. It's pretty cool. Hey, go Maple. Man, it's too bad you didn't make it on Saturday. You would have been like beside yourself seeing the stuff that Rick was showing. By the way, if anybody wants to see that, it's on the live section. Go watch it in replay. And congrats to Dandy Dave for winning the set of books. Signed by Rick. We were having some audio issues, so hopefully, since he said he does want to do it again, hopefully we'll be able to fix that next time. All right, moving on. Next up, 2022 20 baht from Thailand. Polymer banknote. Uncirculated, $4. I might consider a fancy serial number because you got 444. Would have been even better if it would have been 765444, but still 444. So that could be kind of a fancy serial number. All right, moving on. Oh, by the way, if anybody's wondering, pretty much all... I'll throw this out there real quick. All but 2 of the Spanish Philippine coins went in pre-sale. And 1 of the USA Philippine pesos went in pre-sale. So just so everybody's aware. And all the Russians are gone too. All those Russian coins are gone. Next up is 1999 2000 Lee, Romania. Polymer banknote, uncirculated for $4. It's got a science theme on it, which of course means I like it. Anybody? All right, moving on to the 2003 500 kwacha. Zambia polymer banknote, uncirculated, $4. Elephant. Too bad Hidden's not around anymore. He always liked the elephant stuff. And that's a pretty cool elephant. Anybody? Oh, okay, I thought the one you got was a slab. But okay, so yeah, so the one that I'm going to show you is a different year. It's a 1887 uncirculated. Alright, moving on. Next up is 2019 10,000 Dong Vietnam. Polymer banknote uncirculated. Going for $4. So put a little note on there, and an interesting thing about these notes, the first two numbers on the serial number for the polymer notes are the year of the 21st century for the banknote. So that's how I knew that was a 2019. It's kind of an interesting way to do it. I know I got some Vietnam banknote collectors out there. Where you guys at? Somebody grab this one. Doug is grabbing this one. Grats, Doug. All right, next up. 2017 5 Rufia from the Maldives. Polymer banknote uncirculated. Over $4. It's got a soccer theme going on. Big old fish. Anybody out there that likes collecting stuff with fish on it? Conch shell. Ooh, this one's actually right side up on the back. This is one of those vertical ones. Got some braille right there. Very cool banknote. At least I'm assuming that's braille. I could be wrong. Could just be a anti-counterfeiting measure. All right, moving on. Next up, 2019 5 Rials, Saudi Arabia. Polymer note, uncirculated, $4. Oop, that's dated wrong. That's a 2020. 2020, 5 Rials, Saudi Arabia, uncirculated, $4. I labeled this one wrong. I'll fix it. Fix it on here right now. 2020. There we go. All right, moving on. I'm going to fix it on that insert real quick. Give me 1 second. All right, that one's corrected. Counter inflation or on hyperinflation money, right? next up. 2021 5 Naira from Nigeria. Polymer banknote for $4. Uncirculated. I actually buy it from a company that deals specifically in bulk sales. Well, that's one of the places I get it. And they actually travel around the world getting it from the other countries and bringing it back. They buy it in full, banded stacks, like many of them. That's an FU note, man. Yep, bricks. Banknote bricks. A lot of the circulated notes I get from here in town. From various shops. Because they just seem to get a bunch of it in. Alright, moving on. And the last one of the evening. This is the only one that is not a polymer note. This one is just a regular paper note. 2003 $1,000 Zimbabwe. Uncirculated, $2. More elephants. And a giraffe. 2 giraffes. I really like the stuff that's got the wild animals on it. I think they're cool. Oh yeah, most American banks will do that too. I know Chase does it. Bank of America does it. I'm pretty sure Wells Fargo does it. So if you end up with like euros or whatever, not the coins, but the banknotes, they'll exchange it for you. Yep, I mentioned that at the beginning of the stream. Pennies are going away. So if you find any 2025s that were made before the order was given, save those things. All right, moving on. If anybody decides you want any of those banknotes, let me know. All right, let me grab that for you real quick, Aaron. Just to warn you, Aaron, this coin is not cheap. As I'm sure you can imagine, because it's uncirculated. But I do have it at a bit lower I do have it at a bit lower price than what I could have, because it does look like it was lightly cleaned, but it is an uncirculated coin. And it's got toning on it. Go away. I didn't tell you to pop up. Be going. All right. Let me type this all in chat real quick. This offers to Aaron first. If he says no, then if anybody else is interested, you can grab it. All right. 1887 double florin. I don't know if you can tell on the camera or not, but there is toning along the rim. It is really pretty. There's two versions of this on the date. You can have either the standard, the standard numeral one or the Roman one. This one is the one that's got the Roman one. Right there you can see the toning. That's on both sides. It looks really cool. So this is the Roman 1 version. It is a double florin, 925 sterling silver. It is uncirculated, but it does look like it might have been possibly lightly cleaned. 483,000 minted. It's only 225 because it looks like it was lightly cleaned. Otherwise, this coin would have been like 300. This is, to my knowledge, only the second double florin I have ever had available. There you go. Now you can kind of see that toning on that side. Sorta. All right, so Aaron, yay or nay? Guess I'll put that down at the bottom just in case anybody else wants it. Well, Aaron, if you don't want it, Richard's going to do it. As of right now, because Angela's in the hospital and has missed a week of work, I really kind of need it right now. You'll take it? All right. Sorry, Richard. Aaron had the first shot at that one. I had to let him decide if he wanted it first. So, all right, let's go into Aaron. Richard, if you want one, I'll keep an eye out for another one. I've actually got a line in on like 7 or 8 different dates on these right now. So I might, if I can get the money together, I might be able to get all of them. Oh yeah, very nice. I like the purple toning when they do that. I think it looks cool. Alright, back to what we were doing. Alright, we just finished banknotes. We're on to medallions. And don't worry, Richard, I'm sure there's plenty more you might like. Got some Morgans coming up, too. Alright, medallions. First one. Charles Lindbergh, 1927, first transatlantic flight medallion, going for $4. It's a cool piece for those of you that like to collect the aviation memorabilia. Yeah, Westside, she's been in and out of the hospital for the past week with a jaw infection. They're finally doing the surgery tomorrow. Anybody? Most all your British coins. I've noticed a lot of Canadian coins tend to tone up purple. All right, moving on. She's surprised on that one. Usually anything I have that's like an aeronautical one goes pretty quick. Yeah, it's to clean out the infection because it's down under her jawbone on the bottom jawbone, in between the muscle and the bone. So it's going to require surgery to clear it up. Lindbergh was an awesome guy. Might not have been so awesome because new studies into that case are starting to say that Lindbergh might have actually been responsible for that. But we'll have to see. Canada today stopped all coins from Royal Mint to go to U.S. I'm sure they'll still make it here from people bringing them over, though. All right, next up is an 1879 $4 gold coin. This is a gold-plated replica. Proof medallion. Going for $4. This is about as close as most of us will ever get to owning a $4 gold coin. Also known as the Gold Stella. Hey, Bo. Hey, Bo, if you wanted them, all of those polymer banknotes except for the Vietnam. Well, actually, I have another one. So, actually, all of them are available if you wanted them. Except for the, the 2003 Zimbabwe is still available, but it's not. That's the only one that's not a polymer. Rick Snow Sale, that was fun. He pulled out some really cool stuff. A lot of old 8 reals, 4 reals, 2 reals, 1 reals, half reals. Then towards the end, he finally got into some American. It was pretty cool. All right, moving on. Alrighty. Next up is a 2021 Buffalo Gold Coin Proof Medallion Replica. Going for $4. Alright, moving on. To the 1849 $20 gold coin, gold-plated replica proof. Going for $4. Yeah, unfortunately, Saturday is the only day of the week he can do it because his shop's open the rest of the days and he's not available on Sundays. Yeah, we're looking at possibly around like August, somewhere in there. But yeah, he definitely said that he liked it and it went well enough that he's willing to entertain making it a semi-regular thing. So that's awesome. And hopefully as we do it, we'll get some better turnouts at them because the more better turnouts we get, the better stuff he'll be able to put out. So that'd be awesome. All right, moving on. All right, and the last of the medallions. This one is really old, and it's from France. It was actually made in France. It's from 1898. It's 1898, France Society for the Development of National Industry copper medallion. Going for $10. This isn't a 2.5 by a 2.5, guys. This is a big, clunky piece of copper. So anybody who likes to collect that big copper, here you go. But yeah, this thing was minted in France in 1898. There's, when I was looking up the research on this one, there's also a silver version of this one out there. So a 3/9 fine silver version of it. So the weight on this thing is, I don't know if you guys can see this or not. It's 1.58 ounces. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it on the camera. But yeah, the weight on it is 1.58 ounces of copper. So more than 1.5 ounces of copper. Anybody going to Silver Night? Scratch Silver Night. How have you been, man? Finally adding something to your package. All right, if anybody wants those other medallions, let me know. Come on, give me the card. Give me the card. Thank you. All right, on to coinage. Is Rick Snow still around? Yeah, he's still around. Hey, he owns his own coin shop, Eagle Eye Rare Coins. All right, so all the Russias went in pre-sale to Richard. So they're all gone. So first up tonight, we have one coin from Mexico. It's an oldie. 1899, 1 peso. These were back when they were big 90% silver coins. It's 0.7857 ounces of assayed silver weight. It is in VG. It is hold, which is why it's only $32. It's just a little bit over melt. And going to Adam Jam. Congrats, Adam. All right, next up. I love these things. These things are awesome. 1890 to 1908, 7.2 Candarines from China. Guangdong Province, 82% silver, VG, $8. These are their old Dragon Cash coins. Yeah, you should go check out the replay on it. It was a fun time doing that stream with him on Saturday. Maybe you should show this one on the scope. There's that side. And the side with the awesome dragon. 7.2 Candarines. From the Gangnan province. Oh. I typed the province on there wrong. It's Gangnan. And this one's going to Richard. Congrats, Richard. Let me fix that on the listing real quick. It's supposed to be Gangnan. So I need to switch that to N-A-N. There we go. Corrected. And I wrote it on here. Incorrect. 1 second. I gotta make a correction real quick. I gotta Fix the insert so the insert says Quang Non, not Quang Tung. One moment. Minor correction going on. Quang and Non, N-A-N. There we go. All right. Yeah, I've actually got another one coming up here in 2 coins that was also from the 8 real era of coins. But first up, next in is a 1970 half Balboa Panama. Let me get back to the overhead. 40% silver, extremely fine. 610,000 of these ever made. Going for $7. Is he in Arizona? Yes, he is in Tucson, Arizona. In fact, him and CoinGeek, their shops are only... he's on Kolb, Wilmont, Craycroft, Swan. 3.5 miles away from each other. On the same street. CoinGeek is Old Pueblo Coins, which is at Speedway in Columbus, and Rick's shop, Eagle Eye Rare Coins, is at Speedway in Kolb. Wow, no love for Panama, huh? Man, first coin not going to sell. All right, moving on. Be that way then. All right, next up. From the, like I said, this is another one from the old 8 real era. 1849, 8 sols, Bolivia. 90% silver, 0.7839 ounce assayed silver weight. I put it as a fine because it is hold. And going for $32. So again, this is another one that's going just over melt. Date is still intact, which is nice. The hole's actually to the right of the date. Anybody? That's an awesome coin, guys. Also going to Aaron. Gratzer. And Doug's coming back and been in the Balboa. Aaron beat you to it, Richard. You waited too long. All right, next up. $1944D, quarter golden. 64% silver and fine. It is toned and $3. It took me a while to learn how to say Curacao. I used to say Curacao. I pronounced it wrong for a while. moving on. Next up. $1942S quarter gulden. This one is from Netherlands East Indies. 72% silver, extremely fine. Also going for $3. Tell you what, anybody wants both quarter guldens? The Curacao and the Netherlands East Indies, I will do both for $5. I'll give you $1 off if you get both. And Doug's taking that deal. Congrats, Doug. So I'm just going to make that one $2. That way it equals 5. All right. All right. Next up is actually a real. It is gold plated, but it's still a real. 1855, 1 real, Spain. It's in a VF. It is gold plated, which is why it's only $10. If it wasn't gold plated, this thing would be like $50. You know, but if you want a good bargain, you know, it's still good for a hole filler. 1 real. It does have a little bit of rim dingage. You know what? I'll be nice tonight. Just because you guys are being awesome. You'll probably never get this offer from anybody ever again. An 1855 1 real from Spain in any condition. $5. And Doug's taking that. Going to Doug for $5. Grazie. All right, next up, the only 2 Spanish Philippine coins that didn't sell in pre-sale. How often do I have Indian head pennies for sale? Fairly often, actually. I've got a bunch in right now. I just don't have any on the list tonight. And, of course, being friends with Rick, I can get basically any Indian coin you want in any grade you want. All right, this one is a key date. 1880, 50 centimes. Wrong camera, there we go. Spanish-controlled Philippines. 83.5% silver. It's in VG. Only 127,000 minted. This is a key date coin. $75. Anybody? Yeah, definitely. Let me know what you're looking for. Hey, Dandy Dave. I had to email Rick your address today because apparently you never gave it to him. So he's got your address now, so now he can get your stuff out. Wow, nobody wants the key date. Really? All right, moving on. Next one, I think I have this next one undergraded. I think it might actually be an EF. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It can depend. But I gave him your address, so he'll be able to get your stuff out now. This one is 1885, 50 centimes. Spanish controlled Philippines. 83.5% silver. I've got this at a VF at 12 bucks. I might have it a little low because, I mean, there is still a little bit of luster on this coin. So it might actually be an EF. Anybody? This one's going to Richard. Congrats, sir. Both saying EF. So, Richard, you might be getting a really good deal on that one because an EF would be worth quite a lot more. But you're getting it for 12 bucks. All right, if anybody decides you want that key day coin, let me know. It is still available. It's the only coin that hasn't sold yet. You deserve the bonus. All right. On to USA Philippines. All right, so the 1898 S over inverted S, 10 centavo, the 1920 20 centavo, and the 1907 S 50 centavo, as well as the 8, 18, 19, 21 50 centavos, and the 1904 S peso are already sold. So, make sure to put that out there. So the first one up today is 1907 S. 50 centavo in fine, going for 12 bucks. Got that dark toning going on the back. Anybody? All right, moving on. Next up, 1905 S peso USA Philippines. This was back when they were the big 90% silver coins. 0.78 ounce assayed silver weight on this thing. It is in a VF and 75 bucks. This is a harder date to get a hold of right here. Anybody? moving on. That's actually surprising. I thought sure somebody would have grabbed that one. All right, next one, we've got 4 available. One is an EF. The rest of them are VFs. This is the 1907 S Peso, USA Philippines. 80% silver. EF is $50. And all 3 of the VFs are $28 each. So here's the EF. This is the $50, or yeah, the $50 one. And then here is VF number 1. That's one of the $28 ones. VF number 2. And VF number 3. I think you mean Gen Z, because I am Gen X and I did all that stuff. All right, moving on. Yeah. All right, next up, we've got 2 of these available. These are 1908 S's. VF for $28 a piece. Here is number 1. And here is number 2. Yeah, out where I grew up, we had a 7-Eleven, and then it ended up being bought out by a place called PDQ. That's where we used to get our Bazooka Joe and Slurpees. Yeah, I'm 1976. I'm Gen X. All right, moving on. I'm surprised there's no interest in the pesos. Normally these things go right out the door. Next up, 1909, San Francisco. VF for 28. I remember when grocery stores and all kinds of stuff used to be 24 hours. We had a giant arcade called the Boardwalk. We had the Boardwalk and we had the nickel and dimes. All right, moving on. All right, last of the USA Philippines is the 1910 San Francisco Peso. 80% silver VF, $28. Yep. Remember before there were even smoking sections, you could just smoke everywhere. You just smoke in the theaters, smoke in the restaurants. I started smoking as a kid, and I would get my cigarettes just by walking into a bowling, into a bowling alley, because all the bowling alleys had cigarette vending machines right by the front door. So I would just walk in, put in my money, grab my smokes, and walk out. 13 years old. People that did see me didn't even bat an eyelash. Ashtrays in the doctor's office, yep. All right, moving on. Man, we're old. The first time I ever truly felt old was when I had a kid ask me, "What is a cassette tape?" That was the first time I really felt old. All right. Next up, we got some silver proof dimes. First one is a 1964, 90% silver proof. Over $6. You got yours through nefarious ways. I didn't have to. I just walked into bowling alleys and grabbed them. Price on everything are going up. Everything. Freaking eggs. I've seen places around here where eggs are $8 a dozen. That is insane. All right, moving on. To the 1995 90% silver proof Roosevelt dime. This is one of the better years of the original silver proof sets. This one's going for $6. $10 where you're at for eggs. I'm hoping it doesn't hit $10 here, but I have a feeling it's going to. Yeah, my wife and I's goal is to someday own some land somewhere where we can have our own chickens. That's our big goal. All right, moving on. Next up, we got two of these available. These are 1996 Roosevelt proofs. 90% silver. Going for $6 each. If anybody wants all four, I'll do all four for $20. Save you $4. Dandy Dave is bending the drawl. Don't get in Dandy Dave's way when there's a big drawl going on. Congrats, Dave. There you are. Alright, next up, proof quotas. As I'm sure you can probably guess, these are going to be the same years as the dimes. So we got 1964, 90% silver proof going for $8. Anybody? All right, moving on to the 1995. 90% silver proof going for $8. And that one is going to Thomas. The 64? No, that's not a decam. That's a gem proof. Thomas T. Alright. And then 2 available on the 96s. There are definitely things I miss about the 80s and 90s, but I like internet. Internet's handy. I don't miss the days of shopping through the mail and having to wait 6 months to get your purchase. One of these going to Thomas. Anybody on the other? You guys remember that business? Get a catalog in and see something you really want. So you write a check, and then you have to wait for the snail mail to get it to the company. And then it takes 4 weeks for them to process it and finally snail mail it back to you, so it's another 4 weeks back. That was a pain in the butt. All right, moving on. Two Kennedy $50 proofs. Again, these are going to be the same years. So kicking off is the 1964. Going for $20. Yeah, we used to get a lot of our Atari games were through the mail. Oh yeah, BMG, and then what was the other one? There was another one that ran in tandem with BMG. And they always had that thing of, you know, get the first 10 CDs for 10 cents. So everybody would do the first 10 and then they'd, you know, cancel the thing. So all they had to pay was 10 cents plus the shipping and they got 10 CDs. Columbia, thank you. Scopage on the 64 Kennedy. I already know what you're probably looking for. No, it is not the enhanced hair. Yeah, we used to do that once a year through each company. That's how we got a bunch of our music CDs. All right, moving on to the 1995 Proof Decam, 20 bucks, 90% silver. All right, moving out. And then again, two available. 1996. %, silver proof decams, 20 bucks each. Yeah, the 10 CDs for a penny. Yeah, we did that with both companies once a year. If you want me to be honest, what we did was we would order the 10 CDs for the penny, pay the shipping, and put in the next ones that we wanted because it was supposed to be a membership thing. And then when the next one showed up, which was like usually I think it was like 6 of them, we just never paid for them. And then we waited a year, so our name dropped out of their system and did it again with both companies. So we actually ended up getting 16 for a penny plus shipping. Yep, to be young and dumb. I mean, how bad those guys are screwed over their artists. I can't feel bad for them. Considering most artists never saw a penny from any of their actual album sales. Most of what they got was all just the ticket prices for the touring. All right, moving on. All right, last two lots of the evening. Morgan Silver Dollars. Then we'll do the recap. First one, 1885. Plain date, BU, 70 bucks. Really pretty toning on it. And that one's going to Richard Gratzer. I think Richard's just been waiting patiently for the Morgans. Well, I mean, you know, he was the one that discovered Janis Joplin. And then this one is a bit of a harder date to get right here. One of the better dates, 1903 plain date. AU tone, 75 bucks, and going to Richard Gratzer. All right, recap. MJ, Richard beat you. All right, banknotes. Everything but the Vietnam, but I do have, like I said, I do have a second Vietnam. So actually, I do still have one available. This was the only one that wasn't a polymer note. 2003, $1,000 Zimbabwe, uncirculated, going for $2. That was the only non-polymer note. The rest of them were polymer notes. All at $4 a piece, all uncirculated. So you got 2021, 5 Naira, Nigeria. Words. What you just been on, Richard? The Zimbabwe? Zimbabwe going to Richard. You got it, sir. So it's the 5 Naira from Nigeria, uncirculated. 2021, $4 polymer. The Saudi Arabia 5 rials uncirculated for $4. That's a polymer banknote. That's a 2020. And then 2017 5 Rupia from the Maldives, uncirculated polymer note, $4. The Zambia. What did I do last time? I think I did $3 if you got them all, right? I made them $3 each. With friends and family. Yeah, I can do it again. If you want that same deal, I'll do it. Do all 9 for $3 each. So $27. And then Thailand, 2022 20 baht. All right, and then you're also getting the Nicaragua 2019. You'll be getting, and the Macedonia 2018 10 dinar, and then also the second of the Vietnams that I had available. So that way you're getting one of each. So I just gotta find it real quick. There it is. I technically had 2 of all of those, so if anybody else wanted it, here you go. Vietnam. So, all right, all those going to Bo for the deal. $3 a piece. All right, so it's 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Oops. Three. And then I got to put this one down at the bottom. All right, got them all in there. Awesome. All right, and then medallions. All of the medallions are still available. It's the 1849 $20 gold coin, gold-plated replica. Oh, sorry. All of them but the France one sold. But the rest of them are still available. That's the Buffalo gold coin, gold-plated replica. $18.79, $4 coin, gold-plated replica. And the Charles Lindbergh. So those are all $4 a piece. If anybody wants all four, I'll do all four for 12. And Richard's taking them for the deal. Grazie. Granted, Richard's probably the only one among us that could actually have the real version of all these. Rest of us will have to settle for copies. All right, next up on the recap is the stuff from the USA Philippines. Yes, they are actually gold-plated. Well, not the Charles Lindbergh, but the replicas are, yes. They are gold-plated. So that's the 1910S. For the, cent and a half of gold weight it takes to plate a medallion. The 1909S. All the 1908S's. And then all the 7S's. Of the 1 pesos, USA Philippines. So all of the VFs, which are the ones that I've just shown, these are $28 each. And then you got the EF. That is a 1905S. Oh, that's a VF. That's a 90% silver. That's one of the old big pesos. 0.78 ounces of silver. That one is $75. That's a harder date to get. And then there it is. The 1907S. This is the EF version of it. 80% silver. This is the $50 one. And then the 50 centavos. 1907S in fine. $12. So anybody on any of the USA Philippine stuff? Dandy Day wants the 1905S. You got it, sir. 1905. Bonk. Bonk. Anybody else? If anybody wants a bundle deal on all of it, I can do a bundle deal. Be $26 off the top for all of it. So it dropped the $28 ones all down to $25 and the $50 one down to $45. And then the last stuff is, of course, the 2 quarters, the silver proofs that didn't sell, which is the 64 and the 96. Those are $8 each. And the 4 Kennedy halves, 90% silver proofs, are $20 each. There's a 64, a 95, and 2 96s. That is all that's left, is right there. Oh, sorry, I lied. The Spanish Philippines 1880 50 centimes key date coin is still available. 83.5% silver VG, only 127,000 mintage. And it is $75. You know what? I'll be nice on that one tonight because y'all have been awesome. That key date one, if anybody wants it right now, tonight only, I'm going to break even on it. $50 if anybody wants it. One night only. 33% off for a key date coin. And Dandy Dave's taking that deal. Congrats, Dandy Dave. You now have a key date Spanish-controlled Philippines coin. You're killing me, Smalls. All right, last call. Got USA Philippine pesos, silver-proof Kennedy halves, and silver-proof quarters. That's it. You guys are almost at a sellout. Will do, sir. Theoretically, they'll get that done and she'll be back home tomorrow. That's the hope. All right, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Everybody have a great night. As always, give me a bit to get the invoices out. Just a reminder to everybody, tell your friends. Let's keep this thing growing. If you're not subbed up, sub up. Throw me a sub. Hit the notification bell. I do these sales every Thursday night. On occasion, when I have the time, I'm hoping to make it a more regular thing again soon. I do another show called Cheapskate Coin Talk. It's just been really hit or miss lately. Thank you, Sherry. So, everybody have a great night.